display capture stuff anyway. Right, let's have a quick look at this. The Neowsletter, January 2026. Zoom in for the boomers. Tomorrow, January 23rd, is the 7th anniversary of Slay the Spire's 1.0 launch. Also, in just a couple of months, it will have been 8.5 years between the early access launch of Slay the Spire 1 and Slay the Spire 2. If you've been with us since the very beginning of this journey, then that means you're at least 9 years old, probably. Maybe even 10. Thank you to all of the Slayers who have stuck with us for all these years, and to those who are just tuning in now. The next phase of Spire slaying is just around the corner. The evolution of Slay the Spire 2's content. Since it's been over a year since we started teasing Slay the Spire 2 content, we figured now's a good time to check back in on what some of it looks like now. We did warn you it was all subject to change. Things will evolve even further with all your feedback through our early access, of course, but we figured we'd let you get some last minute speculation in. Right, what is this? Gold Axe. Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. Wow. One of the very first new cards we teased back in November 2024 was Gold Axe. While it excited people, even in its initial state, it's since seen a buff with the removal of its exhaust keyword and a reduction in its energy cost. Not pictured, we still have very shiny visual effects based on the rarity of card rewards, though it's been toned down from what you see on the left. Okay. So, I mean, the thing with this is it's good if you're doing like an infinite style deck, but if you're going infinite anyway, you already have infinite damage, so there's no point taking this. You know what I mean? Shiv card. Seems good outside of infinite too. Shiv synergy. It is Shiv synergy. If you are playing lots of cards, it might be worth taking, but it looks like it's a colorless card.
Darth_J just resubscribed for 56 months.
Hey, thanks, Darth J. Welcome back to the Jackoffs. Cheers, mate. One of the very first new cards we teased. Yeah, wait, no, I read that. What's this? Rolling Boulder. Power. At the start of your turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies and increases damage by 10. Rolling Boulder Power. At the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies and increases damage by 5. Oh, it's increasing in size rather than decreasing in size. Okay, that makes sense. That's more thematically correct. It's growing and gathering things as it goes, rather than getting smaller as it goes. On the other hand, Rolling Boulder, a card we teased this past July, was indeed seeming a bit too OP. Its base damage and scaling damage have now both been slashed in half. We'll see what you... Oh, no, it does still increase. Okay, it does still increase. Never mind. Bro, that's a pretty harsh nerf. Jesus. Literally halving its effect. Halving both of it. Halving its initial damage and halving its scaling. It seems terrible. It seems really terrible. I mean, imagine if you've got the heart. This is such a useless card against the heart. It's so slow against all single target enemies. It's not even immediate damage, which is what you want, really. It seems terrible. Maybe if you do some crazy stuff where you're getting multiple copies of this and then you're playing them. You're playing lots of Rolling Boulders somehow. And that is your only damage. It can kind of work like poison in a way. But it's so expensive. And it's rare. Yeah, and the fact its start turn is terrible. Doesn't even do anything immediately. I mean, what fights would this be good in? You'd really want to have loads of block. I mean, if you're a deck where you have loads of block and you're struggling for damage, maybe you could consider taking this, but if you're doing really well on block and really well on energy as well. Yeah, and it has to be a long fight as well, true. Against Snake Lady? Bro, against Snake Lady, you play this, and then you get hit by the daggers. The turn after, you do a 5 damage AoE, you get hit by the daggers, and then you do a 10 damage AoE, you still get hit by the daggers. And the turn after that, the daggers have died. So the daggers have actually died before this has done anything. However, once it's built up, so after it's been in play for about 5 or 6 turns, then it would just one-shot the daggers. But after 5 or 6 turns, like, you need to have done stuff. It's colorless. If you get it from a pot for free, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Right. Anyway, interesting card. Bodyguard. Unleash. What is this? This Bodyguard card that we showed off this past October was actually the Necrobinder's unique starter card. But it has since been totally reworked. While it has the same art, it now goes by a new name, Unleash, and has a completely different mechanic. Perhaps we'll see the old card again in some form or another, and perhaps the new card will undergo its own evolution someday. Okay. So, don't know if the Necrobinder has 1 or 2 starting cards. Obviously, the Ironclad just has Bash, right? So it just has 1 unique starting card. Whereas all the other 3, Silent, Defect, Watcher, they've all got 2 starting cards. Bodyguard was summon 5 and Osti deals 10 damage. This second one is Unleash. Osti deals 5 damage, deals additional damage equal to Osti's current HP. Okay. So, wait, do we start with Osti? Because if we don't start with Osti, this does nothing at the start, right? What's Osti? Osti is a Necrobinder's hand. So Necrobinder is the new character coming in Slay the Spire 2. And she's like a skeleton lady, and she's got a big summon, which is her, like, bone hand called Osti.
Prozac_TV just subscribed.
Yo, Prozac, welcome to the Jackals. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers for that. Thank you. I think we still don't know what the starter relic does. So this starter card, then it probably... Yeah, I mean, the starter relic could just be... The starter relic could be Summon Osti at the start of combat. That could definitely be the case. That would not be surprising, right? Just like Defect has Summon a Lightning Orb as its initial relic. Necrobinder's original relic could be Summon Osti at the start of combat. I would not be surprised at all. But if it's not, and you don't have Osti, this is a garbage card. Until you have Osti on board. Summon Osti at the end of your first turn, so this does nothing the first turn. Oh, no, that would be terrible, bro. I don't want that. I don't want that. Right, I don't like the idea of having cards in your starting deck that don't actually do anything at the start. I really don't like that. I feel like that's pretty, it feels really bad. To draw a card that's automatically in your deck and not be able to play it. Or it do nothing. Until you found other stuff. I feel like that's a decision you need to be able to make. Like, you need to be able to add things to your deck that currently do nothing but can be good later. But having that from your initial starting deck, I think is terrible. I think you will. I would imagine you'd be able to play this. Right, what is this? Nice art here. War Historian Repy, a strange-looking academic, hangs trapped in a cage that dangles precariously from the ceiling. Completely disregarding your approach, you hear him muttering about one-time use keys as he furiously writes notes into a large book. You also cannot help but notice a large shining chest nearby. Free Repy. Lose lantern key. Obtain history course. Open the chest. Lose lantern key. Obtain 2 rare relics. 2 rare relics? That sounds pretty damn good. War Historian Repy. Wait, this is a second version of the event? On a slightly different note, the placeholder event art that we teased for our War Historian friend Repy has been updated, as well as the event text and options. The original art certainly had its own charm, though. Rip beta Repy. Okay. Lose lantern key, obtain history course. Okay, so there's just a lot less text, I see. An academic is trapped in a hanging cage next to a treasure chest. The academic is muttering about one-time use keys while furiously writing something. Looks like you can unlock the cage or the chest. So, lantern key, I'm assuming, is something you find from another event, maybe? Oh, you don't get 2 rare relics anymore. Oh, no. You don't get 2 rare relics anymore. You get 2 random potions. Wait. Procure 2 random potions. That's interesting. It doesn't say obtain 2 random potions. It says procure. What does that mean? Does that mean you get to make the potions yourself somehow? Make the potions yourself? You still get 2 random relics, but they're not necessarily rare relics. Yeah, do you set them free or not? Obviously, we don't know what history course does here. We don't know what history course does. Obtain history course. Some kind of learning. I mean, is it some, like, is it lore? Bro, it could actually be lore. I mean, I'm pretty sure they said something about there would be more lore stuff in the game. This could definitely be about lore. And the history of the Spire. Which could be quite exciting. I'd like to know about the history of the Spire. When is the release of Slay the Spire 2? As far as I'm aware, it's one of the Thursdays in March. But I don't think they've said which one yet. Personally, I'm hoping it's the 3rd one, as I'm actually away the 2nd week of March. So that's going to be extremely annoying if it's the first 2 weeks for me. Right. On a slightly different note, the placeholder event art that we teased for our War Historian friend Repy has been updated. Yeah, okay, I just read that. Enter your whole option no longer costs... What is this? Last but maybe not least, let's take a look behind the curtain at some out-of-context alpha patch notes, since you soon will in fact have the context for them. Enter your whole option no longer costs HP. Added new relic? Bread? More food? Bro, bread is going to give you so much max HP? It's not though, is it, actually? Because it's not fruit. The max HP relics are the fruits. Bread ain't no fruit. So, it will probably do something else. Not sliced. Increased amount of Act 1 rest sites to 6 to 7. Bro, that's a lot. Act 1 rest sites. Although, actually, it's not so much if they are spread out. They could be spread out around different paths. So, actually, no. You could have, like, 4 in one, or 5 in one path. The sun, flower, and cupcake will no longer block you from clicking feedback buttons. Feedback buttons? Feedback buttons. What are feedback buttons? Does that mean like you click things and then you get some kind of response? Oh, early access feedback.
_just resubscribed for 19 months. Back to work. Back to J Forky streams.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Feedback for devs. Yeah, you're probably right actually. Hey Tyner, welcome back to the Jackoffs. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. Enter your hole option no longer costs HP. What is enter your hole gonna be? I mean, it sounds like some kind of hiding. Enter your hole. You're hiding in a hole or something. Bread over cupcake, and it's not even close. I mean, what's bread gonna do? Is it gonna be some kind of healing or health related thing? I feel like the food stuff. Are there any other food relics in Slay the Spire 1 other than the fruit? We've got mango, strawberry, pear. Oh, there's waffle. There is waffle, which is health related still. So yeah, I reckon it probably still will be health related. Bread probably still will be health related, I'd imagine. It improves your other food relic effects by 10%. Bro, you need so many food relics for that to be good. You'd need so many food relics for that to be good. Okay. We've begun to localize Slay the Spire 2 into several different languages already. French, German, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Russian, simplified Chinese, and Thai. But we're now looking to onboard some translators for other languages. If you're interested in helping to localize Slay the Spire 2, as well as our new newsletters and potentially other important announcements, please apply here. There we go. There we go. Spire spotting. Okay, what is that? It looks like some kind of rodent-y... hunchback rodent? Rat bird? Does look a bit beaky, but there are no wings. Does look a bit beaky. Huh. That thing looks so sad. Oh, he looks so sad, bro. The award for most out of the box goes to this aardvark-like creature. Most accurate goes to Joanna, though the real beast this time has no fungi, as you'll see. Okay. There's a Santa one. Quite like this one's kind of cool. This one looks like it's got pajamas on. Right, for the grand reveal, yes, okay. It is like a ratty thing that's a bit beaky. Bit of a beaky rat, a nasty looking thing. This thing will definitely give you some kind of disease. 100% you get some kind of disease from this. It's a rat with two tails. In other words, a two-tailed rat. Despite the silhouette not leaving much to the imagination, you all still manage to be very imaginative. And now, my dear intrepid explorers, this month's issue marks a very special moment. Our research indicates that the secretive veil that has obscured so many of the Spire's creatures is soon to lift. So this may well be the last creature we need to uncover via these methods. With that said, let's take a look together. Okay. That is looking kind of, Sentry-esque. Some kind of pillar. Sentries 2.0? Oh, God. Is it Sentries 2.0? It could be. It could be. It appears to be mostly rectangular in shape, but there's some sort of sphere suspended in the middle. Our detection equipment seems to be experiencing some sort of inference, so in the meantime, we'd greatly appreciate your help in deciphering this strange being. Okay.
Freddy37 just resubscribed for 76 months.
Looks like Snecko has stuck its way into another game. The team behind Turnbound, a brand new inventory management PvP auto battler, has included a Slay the Spire themed item and free early access exclusive cosmetic in their game. Nice! To celebrate this collab, Turnbound and Slay the Spire will be bundled together for a 10% discount starting on their early access launch day, which just so happens to be today. Okay. Yo, Freddy, welcome back to the Jackoff. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. And connections. Oh, God. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's give this a go. That's cute. Snecko eye cookie, wow. It's some nice watcher art there. Oh, that's pretty cool. That was some big ass sentries right there. Jesus. Right. Let's do the connections. God. Pretty sure I failed on the last, like, 2 or 3 of these. Create 4 groups of 4. Just Lucky, Mercury Hourglass, Hand of Greed, Sundial, Bonfire Spirits, Flux Capacitor, Stone Calendar, Golden Shrine, Undo, Old Coin, Falling, Venomology, Nova, the Divine Fountain, the Cleric, and Pocket Watch. Okay. Hand of Greed gives you gold. Old Coin gives you gold. Wait, are some of these just events? Bonfire Spirits is an event. Golden Shrine event. Divine Fountain event. Is Flux Capacitor an event? Or the Cleric? Wait, what's the Cleric? Venomology? Bro, I actually don't know the name of any of the events. I actually don't know the name of any of the events. Falling. Falling is an event where you get to remove cards. Bonfire Spirits is an event where you get to remove cards. The Divine Fountain is an event where you get to remove cards. Okay. What else is an event where you get to remove cards? Golden Shrine? I don't think so. The Cleric? What does the Cleric do? I don't know what Flux Capacitor does. Undo. What? Undo. I'm leaning towards the Cleric, but I'm not 100%. I'm gonna try it. Oh, it's huge! Events that allow you to remove cards. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Venomology. I have no idea what Venomology is. Venomology. It sounds like an event where you'd get potions. Poison things. Venomology. Right, Sundial gives you energy. Calendar. Hourglass. Lucky. Money. Time. Time. Hourglass calendar, pocket watch, sundial. Relics that can measure time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Golden shrine. Old coin. Hand of greed. What's Nova? I mean, these don't all give you gold in the event, but again, it's like all money related things. So I'm gonna go with these four. Things that feature depictions of gold coins. Oh, we're smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Is this, bro, is this things that aren't in the game? Is this things that aren't in the game? Wait, deprecated cards. Oh, damn. They were in the game at some point. Bro, we smashed this one. Destroyed it. Lovely. I don't think I've completed one of these for last like 2 or 3. We lost the last 2. Flux capacitor equals capacitor. Search for them. Okay, let's have a look what these cards used to do.